So 50. I will elaborate on that one. Let me see that. What's up? That nigga's hacking.
What happened?
That nigga's hacking the air turn, Brian. You don't feel like that?
I don't. That's not what I was bad.
I'm following these. So.
Very consistent. Passes the rollers. Left trade. George with Thompson against George. Here's Adams. Takes it off the glass. Adams has got five. Curry is inside. He's part of the last one. Yeah, impossible to check that. Outside Western. And Robertson gets to Adams. They grab
This one ain't that.
Durant against George. Kicks it to Cousins. From downtown. He's called in by three-point lead. It's going outside.
All they going up.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off. Keep it on. Let's take this chance to see which West see. Second chance points in the league. Maybe it shows you how hard this team works. Continue to pound. And Whistler. Sensational. As long as they have this lead. They double team Kirk. And now a pass break for the under. Westbrook. Durant on the way. Defended by George. And that's good. Kevin Durant. Durant's next. Everything right. Outside for George.
Yeah, that's what I didn't want to.
Right now. On some other areas. George. That shot misses. The Warriors free. It's up a three. And it's Durant. That time on the assist by Durant.
I said I'm gonna go right at him. Then I went right at him. And he was a good one. That shit was stolen. Twice. But
Both teams have it going here early. So close. Warriors. And power forward Patrick Patterson, doing better every season. He said that his college career is really helped prepare him for his
The phone call be my favorite place on that. What's your phone name?
Patterson Clark.
no. Guys, every time we got to the pose mission, I gotta set this shit up. I'm ready.
On the floor for Oklahoma. Second quarter. Inside is then the shooters shoot.
The Rangers start killing us for real.
Within their offensive frame. And that was
I see Paul George when he was fighting back. He was on some bullshit. I don't know if I can reimburse no bullshit.
I don't want nobody to reimburse me. That was some high shit I did.
I don't know how that shit was through.
I need to block this shit.
It takes a lot of confidence. Here's Roberson. The shot good on his flash. Curry against Schroeder. Cousins with a super catch. Curry against Cousins. And then Cousins. Curry. No time left. George is at it. Well, he's been safe about every possession. Curry for two. Another gets by Curry. It's clear this. Oh, I think his best role in decoy. And shot good. It's scored. It's come inside the paint.
Oh, I knew exactly gonna miss that. Come do shit.
And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball.
I'm gonna listen to some good one.
This is the one time you get to believe that you have a chance of winning the championship because it's 0-0 out of tonight. This is a great match. Schroeder dishes to Grant. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
Right.
Here's the lead. And he was fouled. We have two. Here's Ferguson. Off to a good start in the first shot. And they settle into a nice offensively here in the second. David Allen hits it to last one. To the paint. And Adams with the slam.
Dunk everything, bro.
Off balance.
You take that?
Because it feels like even the opinion polls are creeping up,
Yes.
creeping up.
It's definitely the
Right?
tide is definitely shifting
Yeah.
in his favor.
Right.
But what we
I don't think he's going to have to be long gone for us to say.
You want to visit though?
I think we're already saying.
yes,
Let me
and
see
but
this.
there will still be
So you don't go? You okay?
and I think he understands that. But to have such a big brand behind you, backing you, and what you believe in and what you're doing, that Colin now can go out there and I know my right, and to have this kind of brand behind you, this is unbelievable. And we know Nike. They're very genius when it comes to marketing.
Ingenious. Yep.
Because we saw what they did with the Livestrong. Even though Lance Armstrong went away, they still sell those yellow T-shirts,
Yeah.
those yellow rubber bands.
They do.
So Mark Garagos tweeted something that I thought was very interesting. If I'm not mistaken, I think college lawyer Mark Garagos. He said Colin Kaepernick is not going away, but he retweeted it and captioned it with an article about the NFL collusion. I believe this is what he's talking about when he said Colin Kaepernick is not going away. Because here we are 30 years later, and we still remember just do it, Skip. And you remember both slogans that catch it. Everybody wants to be like Mike. That's the very so now Colin Kaepernick is going to be a part of the 30th anniversary.
The ultimate was
Just do it.
and he just did it.
Yeah. And
Right?
You know, who doesn't know what the swoosh is? Now, Colin Kaepernick is also under that umbrella, which he was before, but in a different way.
Yep.
They're going to sell merchandise like they do to Live Strong. Colin Kaepernick T-shirts and possibly shoes. Yeah, this is unbelievable. I'm a little surprised because this is still so polarizing, but then I guess I shouldn't be shocked because what does Nike do? Nike has always been polarizing. And they get the athletes that are polarized.
That is correct.
See, it also tells me that Nike said, you know what? We want our athletes to have voice. Because one of the most powerful athletes in the world is under this brand. And he has no problem whatsoever speaking on any issue. So they're like, you know what? If he can do it, let's bring someone that's been ostracized, bring him under, and let him know he's not alone.
Nervous.
And we're in this fight.
He's nervous person.
So Nike support Nike today.
Good for you. All of which is why I'm not surprised. In fact, if there's any surprise to me is Nike, what took you so long, right? Because from what I read, it took Adidas and Puma coming to the table trying to lure Cap away from Nike because he was always a Nike guy. And as his deal came nearing its end, they came to the table and it sounds like Nike said, maybe we better revisit this and look hard at this. And what they decided to me was absolutely brilliant because to your point, what has history told us about sneaker selling? The sneakers are best sold by athletes who are a little rebellious or against the grain or have some edge, right? Traditionally, that's been what's happened.
Right.
It's why so many white kids started buying and listening to rap music, right? Because their parents said, don't do that, or I don't get that, right? And so, oh, well, this is cool because my parents don't like it, right?
The really bad music was in the glass case.
Okay, all right.
They don't want me to have that.
Okay, there you go. No, that's exactly right. So, here comes Colin Kaepernick, who fairly quickly, to the credit of our country, became the courageous face of a crucial movement against police brutality that sparked just as Donald Trump was being elected to the White House.
Correct.
This is all right place, right time, right on time. So You don't think Colin Kaepernick's going to work for Nike? I mean, to me, way to go. I mean, to me, I don't know how you can miss with this one, because in the biggest picture of this, you say the slogan is, believe in something even if it means sacrifice. Well, obviously, some of his martyrdom might get a little undercut, because this is a big deal that they just gave him, according to all the reports. Right. This is a typical NFL superstar mega deal worth millions. I haven't seen an exact figure yet, but this is a big apparel line featuring Colin Kaepernick, right? This is his new brand. Good for him, because he deserves it. To me, he earned it. I'm fine with it. It somewhat undercuts the slogan, because even if it means sacrificing everything, so he's going to get paid now, but he should have been getting paid all along. Right. He just left millions of NFL dollars on the table. And I want to point out that money can't ultimately buy ultimate happiness, correct? Correct. Because what did Colin Kaepernick sacrifice? He sacrificed years of being able to play quarterback in the National Football League, right? Right. Would he, if he hadn't knelt, would he still be in the league? I'm pretty sure he might be a starting quarterback in the league, because he's good enough to be a starting quarterback.
You know what? It's and a lot of people, and you know, you follow on social media, you read what people say. Well, he didn't join the military. You can sacrifice something without giving up your life. Yeah. A wife choosing to stay home to raise the kid while the husband goes out, even though she wants a job, that's a sacrifice. Colin Kaepernick taking the stance that he took, sacrificing his career in the NFL. Now, he might make money along now later, but that was a sacrifice. Dr. King, all his images on T-shirts, Malcolm X, don't they make money for that? Yeah. Did they get into it to make money?
I don't know if that was happening at that time.
No. I'm saying, I don't think Colin Kaepernick thought he could make money from this. I do not believe Colin. He believed in his heart that he was doing the right thing.
I agree. This is blown up all around him.
Yes.
I'm sure he's still a little bit in shock over everything that happened.
Correct.
Because he's been called now. He's become, whether he likes it or not, he's become this face of the movement. He's become a huge activist in this country, and I'm very fascinated now to see how he carries this on. He's not heard much from him.
No.
Right?
And I don't. Well, eventually he's going to go out on the circuit, because that's going to be a part of this. It's kind of like, you know, when you give you an example, and I hate to use it, but Dr. King, he had the weekly. He did something, whether it was in the pulpit, whether he was in Birmingham, whether he was in Chicago, whether he was it didn't matter, Skip. So Colin Kaepernick, in order for his message to continue and get out there, he's going to have to take his show on the road now. And now he has the financial backing of a giant institution to do that. Okay.
What? When I got that?
Yeah, just keep it in love.
I remember that, though.
I was keeping in love.
Thompson at the 2, and dig it out. Head into the second half.
I surrender.
All right, Tom. Get ready for your day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. We have a gun.
What's up?
We have a gun.
This morning news is correct. It is Ezekiel.
That hurt. You heard it, Skip. No, you heard it. You heard it.
Well, you just fell to the second best Hall of Fame. Go ahead.
But you think about from the day that guy stepped into the building, he was the most valuable. In fact, they drafted him to stabilize that whole team, including the defense. Now, we knew at that time
they were going to take Joey Bosa, so we needed.
Well, we all did. We all did. But Jerry and Steven, they had different ideas because they knew that the Cowboys needed to get better running the football and stabilize that offense, because they tried to do it passing the football all over the place.
And by the way, Terry McFadden he got 1,000-yard year, but go ahead.
He was okay, but you never could depend on Darren to be available. And that's the thing Zeke was. He was available. He's been durable.
Unless he gets suspended, but that's...
But see, that's the problem. it's evidence in his suspension. That's whenever he got suspended, what happened? The Cowboys struggled because they didn't have a run game. It was all on Dak Prescott, and we knew Dak wasn't ready to be the main guy on that offense, and he's still not, and that's okay. Maybe eventually, he will grow into that position, but right now, Skip, it's all about Ezekiel. As Ezekiel goes, the Dallas Cowboys go.
Take on both Hall of Famers at once. Be my guest.
Well, here's my thing. I got Zeke 1, I got Tyron Smith 2. Because you saw what happened with Tyron.
Now this is just pure blasphemy. I'm gonna have to leave because we're gonna get struck by lightning.
Did you see what happened when Tyron Smith went out? Could you run the ball?
They didn't have Big V as their backup.
Hey, you saw what happened with Big V.
Well, Big V won the Super Bowl. Was he not just like airtight in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, first of all.
Did they put any pressure on Nick Foles in the Super Bowl? Zero.
Okay, how about this? Ali, who should be Ali? The first guy, Dallas Morning News had it right. I agree with LT. It's Zeke Elliott. Because when the Cowboys had their most success in 2014, what could they do? DeMarco Murray ran the ball for 1848. He was Offensive Player of the Year. Tony Romo had his best statistical season. He finished second in the MVP voting. So Jerry Jones said, you know what? In order for us to get back to doing that, because we don't have DeMarco Murray, we need to get somebody. We need a bell cow running back. As he said, we can't depend on Darren McFadden. Yeah, he might go for $130, but he might miss the next 4 weeks with a ticky-tack injury. So let me get a guy that hasn't missed a whole lot of time, who's doable. And we love to mention his stats on that run. The Big Ten championship against Alabama and against this thing. You mentioned all those numbers. So Jerry said, I need me a bell cow. Well, if you got 3 of the 5 top 6 offensive linemen in all of football, what do you go get? Go get you a bell cow. You play, you run the football. It keeps the defense fresh because they're a little undersized. They're not great. They don't have a whole. They got more talent than what they had before.
They're not going to be much better.
But they stay fresher. So now you can control the clock by handing him the ball. So there's no question whatsoever. Everybody knows it except that Zeke is the most important Cowboy.
So I'm going to give our guest a little break here because he's blinded by the gold jacket that he occasionally wears, and he won that gold jacket running the football, and he was one of the all-time greats. Maybe not Eric Dickerson, but he's up there somewhere.
The 21, though, 21 LT.
But what you both are missing, the big point of here and missing the boat on, is this is a quarterback's game. In the end, you go as far as your quarterback takes you. And my guy, Dak Prescott, took this team all the way to 13-3 as a raw rookie 4th rounder thrown into the fire in place of the beloved Tony Romo. And he rightfully won, Dak Prescott, the Offensive Rookie of the Year over Ezekiel Elliott. Am I right about that, Mr.
You're right.
Hall of Famer?
Okay. What tier is he? What tier of quarterback is he?
Well, my favorite stat is called QBR. Scale of 0 to 100, and he had really the first best until the last game of the season as a rookie, but he finished 3rd. And then last year, he plummeted all the way to 4th. So I'm going to say he's top 5. That's what he is. Statistics would scream at you he is top 5 in efficiency and productivity. In the 2 turning point games of the year last year for my Dallas Cowboys, with the Ezekiel cloud hanging over the team the whole year, you know it did, and it's not that easy to focus because week to week it's like, is he or isn't he? But he was. He got to play in games 4 and 5. These are home games against the Los Angeles Rams and the Green Bay Packers. And if my team wins those 2 games, they're going to start off 7-1, and we're having a whole different conversation right now. And Ezekiel Elliott played in those games. He played pretty well. He had 21 for 85 against the Rams, and he had 29 carries for 116 against the Packers. But what happened in both games? Dak Prescott played sensationally well. I think he played his 2 best games of the year. His QBRs were 81 in the first game, and then all the way against Aaron Rodgers to 97. But what happened in the second half? They had big leads going into halftime of both games, and they fell apart in the second half because they did not have Sean Lee on defense. So the way I'm going to rank these 3 players is, I think we saw it in that game. 1 is still Dak Prescott, but 1A I'll give to Zeke. But 1B, and I'm only going to give him 1B, is Sean Lee because he is huge to that defense. Way more important than you think he is to the defense. The
More
defense
important than DeMarcus Lawrence?
Heck yes. Sean Lee, guess what? When he was out last year in the 6 games, they won 1-5 in those 6 games.
Where did they go with that time?
1-5.
What are we worried about Tyron?
They don't have a backup for Tyron.
Okay, they don't have a backup for Sean Lee.
Okay, but he's irreplaceable, completely irreplaceable. He's the coach, the heart, the soul, the quarterback. He's everything in the defense.
Jalen Smith is about to take over that spot.
You know what? Jalen Smith is going to make a Pro Bowl, if not this year, the next year, because he turned back into that guy who played at Notre Dame. I give you that. But Sean Lee is the guts of it. He's the heart of it. They're going to go as he goes because he can play the pass. You say Luke Kuechly's the best. I got this guy. I got this guy.
No.
I got this guy.
But if you don't mind me asking, Skip, you talk about that his rookie season when Dak won Rookie of the Year.
Rightfully so.
So what am I going to do about the guy that led the league in rushing with 1,600 yards and 15 touchdowns? What am I supposed to do with that?
It's a passer's league. In the end, it's a quarterback's league.
And
you just can't deny that. You just go as far as your quarterback.
But you're saying there's no correlation between Zeke playing well and
you have to have
playing
some
well?
of the. You've got to have some defense. But the quarterback is it in this league. He is it.
And what happened when he didn't have that running back?
Well,
that was his chance to show I can go it alone.
He didn't have the running back or the middle.
I didn't know that nigga had moved.
Or the
He put
left
them all
tackle.
on.
Okay. Well, after a while, if you take those three away, what's going to happen to the
Brady
quarterback?
does it. You say Brady. Is that what you told me?
I think he just made a
Aaron Rodgers. You told me Aaron Rodgers does it.
No, I don't say Aaron Rodgers. I say Tom Brady. And you just made my case. Thank you very much.
No,
you just
yeah,
stepped
it's
right in.
I'm saying you say Brady doesn't have anybody.
He has nothing.
That's what I'm saying. No,
He's got a makeshift offensive line. He's got a bunch of no names at receiver.
Okay.
I don't even know who they are.
With no Zeke, no Tyron Smith, no Sean Lee. Why can't that?
Okay, well, because what did our man just tell? He's only entering his third year in this league. It's hard.
So that's why he's not the number one guy.
Well, I
He
think
may grow into that position.
I think he is.
But right now, it's still
I
Zeke.
think he will be this year. And by the way, Dak can run it a little bit too.
But we don't want him to do it.
We do.
I heard you earlier talking about Dak not having a backup. And
Yeah,
how they might
zero
need to go
backup.
get Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah,
Right?
or
Why do you want
Robert
to run the
Griffin.
football? He don't need to run the football because we don't want him to get hurt. Right?
Now we got no insurance.
Yeah.
But you know what? He's a big man. He's your basic 6'2", 250.
They'll break you down, though.
I know. They always do.
LG plays running back. They'll break you down.
It will.
But you know what? He seems to be able to take the beating.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. But you can't make a living running into these guys. You know that.
Not in the quarterback, but you definitely ain't gonna make it no.
This is a special young man.
Oh, Zeke is. No, Zeke is really special. I got HOF on it.
Do you?
Yeah, oh, Zeke. Oh, yeah.
What have I already told you? I think he's going to have a big special
I think on
breakout year.
it.
He's going to just.
He said Zeke's gonna break your.
I think he can break the world. Very good.
I got
What is it?
That offensive
105, 2005?
But without Travis Frederick,
I don't know how long he's going to be out.
And then how long? How is Tyron Smith's back gonna hold?
yeah, that's a big question mark too.
I got more questions than answers, unfortunately.
But I mean, they should be fine. It doesn't matter if those guys come or go. I mean, you got that. You got to be, that's what you tell me.
He will. He'll deliver us from evil.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, really? Okay, now.
Yeah.
Okay, we gonna see. We're gonna see the delivery.
You're doing well here. I appreciate you being here. I think
What's the sports shit? I'm tired too, like all this shit fucking
What, you ass? I started cooking these like, I don't know too much privacy setting. I wasn't even paying attention to it. Like, as soon as I got in my motion.
Dad, we have
It's
gone.
like, I don't even be playing this sport.
dog.
I know. Good, I didn't even know it was third quarter. I just be playing. Oh my god.
Will Earl Thomas be a Cowboy on opening day?
I say no. Skip, he's been available this offseason. He let it kind of be known last year when he ran up that tunnel and got Jason Garrett and told him to come get him. They've had ample opportunities. And although it would not be far-fetched for them to go get him, Chris Richards, his former defensive back coach, is the D coordinator now in Dallas. So he could jump right in because he knows the system. He knows all the calls. So, but it just seems Jerry is, I don't know if he's afraid to part with next year's second-round pick or the extension, the money that you're going to have to pay to sign Earl Thomas long term. It's going to probably cost you, Skip, somewhere around probably, I think Eric Berry got 6 years for like $78 million. So it's going to cost you something around that $80 million, probably about 50, 55 guaranteed, something around that nature. And maybe Jerry is balking at that. But considering he said he'd write a whopper check if you guaranteed him a Super Bowl. Well, there is no guarantees in sports, but this gets him closer to his ultimate goal because I believe Earl Thomas, the back end of the Cowboys defense, I believe that's the weak link. Got Randy Gregory, hopefully he can stay clean. DeMarcus Lawrence showed last year he can get after the quarterback. Jalen Smith and Lee in the middle, the back end I feel is the weak link. You get Earl Thomas, he can erase a lot of mistakes that they can make on either side on the outside. So I think they should get it done. Do I think he starts opening day in Dallas? I still don't think it's happening.
So, my answer to Alex's question is yes. Earl Thomas will be a Dallas Cowboy on opening Sunday at Carolina. Yes, Earl Thomas will be in the starting lineup on opening day at Carolina. And yes, I will then pick my Dallas Cowboys to beat the Carolina Panthers on opening day at Carolina with Earl Thomas in the lineup. In Jerry, I trust.
You know something about Earl?
I slept on it. I thought about it. I know Jerry. He's got a little used car salesman in him. He can negotiate.
Well, what you gonna want new car prices?
They do. But this is going to be a game of chicken, of who blinks first, and I believe Jerry will play it to the hilt, which means he will play it all the way to the end of next week. And you mentioned his old car. I think it's Chris Richard.
Chris Richard.
Yeah, but that's all right. But remember, Chris Richard was Earl Thomas's coach, his secondary coach, and then his coordinator, but still coaching the secondary.
Right.
Every year of Earl Thomas's career in Seattle, for all 8 years of Earl Thomas as a Seahawk, Chris Richard was his coach. Well, you don't think Chris Richard could just get him ready overnight?
Yeah, because he knows all the calls. He knows all the calls. So
and he's installed. He's got the back end of the defense now. Rod Marinelli is sort of the overall coordinator, but they're kind of co-coaches. He's coaching the back end. So all the coverages have changed this year. It's not your basic Tampa 2 that Rod Marinelli brought with him.
A lot of single high safety.
A lot of different stuff going on back there. So it's made to order for Dallas just to wait and play it out until Seattle finally blinks. And I don't think Seattle is going to blink because they know full well, Jerry got some bad breaks because Xavier Woods, who was starting at one safety, I think he tore his hamstring. I don't know. It sounds bad to me. And then Kayvon Frazier, who I like as a backup safety, he separated his shoulders. They popped it back in, but dislocated. I think it's the right term for it. But the point is, he says he's okay, but I think Seattle's thinking, no, he's really not okay. So you have one healthy safety, and so Seattle's probably upping the price a little bit, right? Oh, we want a first. And I think Jerry would give a second. Reportedly, they were willing to take a second for a while, but now because Dallas
I want a 2 and a 5.
2 and a 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you now the Seahawks GM, or
look
as you're negotiating against Dallas?
If look at the concession, what do they do? Why do they charge you $15 for a soda?
Yes, they can.
Exactly. You either pay or you thirst to death for 3 hours.
That is correct.
So guess what, Dallas? Either you give us the 2nd and the 5th round picks, or you go into camp. You go into the regular season with one healthy safety. The choices are yours.
Yep, that is correct. So, do I think they like these kids back there? Do they like Jeff Heath, who did intercept Aaron Rodgers twice in the playoffs?
Once.
He actually caught the ball twice, but got nullified because somebody got called for pass interference.
Somebody got called. It was not. Stop.
So Jeff Heath has some ability. Do they love Jeff Heath because he's a good kid? Yep, they do. Is Xavier Woods a smart young player? Yep, he is. Or either of them.
Let me tell you what he ain't. Earl Thomas.
You could pour them both together, and they're not Earl Thomas.
Exactly.
You could put Kayvon Frazier in there with all 3 of them. They don't add up to Earl Thomas.
No, they do not.
And Jerry Jones is smart enough to know this is his Charles Haley move. He went in 1992 in late August, and he stole Charles Haley from the 49ers, who said he is more trouble than he is worth. And what happened? A Super Bowl happened a year early. This could be the Super Bowl move, and I know Jerry well enough to know he's going to play it to the hilt. He'll play it out, and you are going to have to come in here. Maybe it's going to be about a week from today. Maybe it'll be Friday. I don't know. It might even be, for all I know, Saturday. But Jerry Jones will land Earl Thomas. and he will pay him top safety dollars. He has to.
Yeah, Skip, but what Dallas didn't realize is that San Francisco would have gave them the draft pick to take Charles Haley off their hands. But,
Right?
but Dallas wanted him.
But remember, Jimmy Johnson's like, I don't want to coach that guy because all the story, you know all the stories.
Yeah.
They weren't just bad, they were
awful.
real bad.
Yeah, he made these guys look like angels today.
Yeah.
But the thing is with Seattle knows what they have. They have a commodity in Earl who has no issues off the field, and he's been exemplary on the field.
Yep.
And they know Dallas is at a shortage of safety position.
And at age 29, he's got, I don't know, 3 or 4 good years left, like great years.
I tell you what, take another situation. You remember Seattle when they signed the Minnesota, Percy Harvin?
Yeah.
They got 1 year out of him. But what did they get in that 1 year? A Super Bowl. If Jerry Jones were to sign Earl Thomas, and he gave him, say, 5-year deal, $70 million, $80 million, with 50 guaranteed, and he won a Super Bowl this year, would Jerry think that was worth it?
Well, he said the other day, I would write an obscene check, right?
And there you go.
Okay.
That's it.
So,
go and get Earl.
You getting scared?
I told you, well, we're going to have to amend our bet.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to speak this into existence.
I know you are.
Yeah,
I know you're trying to speak it into existence.
Yeah, I am, but I got a good feeling. I woke up this morning, I said, that's it. He's going to go do this. It has to, it's on a silver platter, right?
But you're going to have to part with that second round draft pick.
Just do it. We parted with a first-round pick for Leighton Vander Esch. Where is he now?
You mad about that? You're still upset about
Did I not call it the next day?
You didn't
I said, what?
No, if he had a nice, cool name, it'd be cool. You're like, Leighton Vander Esch. What is that?
You
can't be a football player.
Leighton Vander Esch, right?
Dude.
No, I don't know what you royalty?
Well, he is. He's a Dallas Cowboy.
Yeah.
So good luck with that.
Well, he's actually.
No, he's a Dallas Cowboy.
No, he's like injured. He's out of sight, out of mind.
He's a first round pick, and this is what we know. He's a first round pick. He's gonna be there at least 2-3 years.
Yep. We don't need him. We don't care.
It's too late.
It's Earl Thomas or bust. Earl Thomas, this team's got a shot.
Yeah.
Shot.
All bets will be off.
Yep. You got the best offensive line in football. Travis Frederick will come back sooner than later. And all of a sudden, Zeke's going to break records. Dak's going to bounce back and look like the Dak of his rookie year.
Dak contract is up in 2020.
No, this is it. Zeke has to happen. So, Earl Thomas, I trust. I do. And Jerry, I trust.
Oh, now you trust Jerry?
On this one, I do. Okay. This is the kind of move he makes.
No, this is the kind of move he used to make.
Nigga trying to bury Durant.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad.
The junk's not very hot.
We have gone.
What's up?
We have gone.
Player of the game, Russell Westbrook.
Still don't feel that air. This shit is good. Feel that shit a little bit. A little bit. Alright, that's it.
That's why I lost. Hot. It's still hot.
Fine.
Oh, you mean that styrofoam cup? Yeah. Oh, that thing a little low, Skip. That thing a little low.
You might go all the way to end.
No, that thing a little low, Skip. A little low. Look at it, real low.
I don't know what we got in it.
Yeah, low. Styrofoam. You know, in the backyard barbecue.
What we got in it?
Nothing, little fruit punch. Y'all ain't got nothing strong.
Got fruit punch?
Yeah, y'all ain't got nothing strong. Y'all ain't putting down nothing. For me, I just, it's hard for me to believe because at the preseason, Skip, when you start the regular season, defenses are a little further along because they're reacting. Offense is about timing. It's about rhythm. It's hard for me to believe that the Cowboys are going to start in Carolina with a great sense of rhythm. When the quarterback played 2 games, left tackle played 0 games, the right guard played 2 games, the center hadn't played at all, and Zeke hadn't played at all. It's hard for me to believe that they're going to have a rhythm.
I agree with that point. That's a very good point.
And so
Next point.
That's the thing that concerns me is that getting off to a slow start. They got a tough schedule, Skip. It's not easy. Now, the defense, they look like they can be on now. You know, Thomas, offense off, I might change my tune. But you don't have it right now, so I'm speaking as if you don't have Earl Thomas, and you're not going to get Earl Thomas. Y'all are in trouble. Capital T.
As in, what kind of trouble record-wise?
Missed the playoff trouble.
The playoffs?
Yes.
By winning, what, 4 games?
I give y'all, you know what, Skip, I'm going to be nice. I'm feeling in a good mood today. I brought my good suit out today.
That's your good suit?
Good suit. That's all you got. Yeah, I got my good my banker suit. Give y'all one of these old high interest loans, like 50%. Yeah. I give y'all, you know what? 97.
You give us 9?
97.
You know what? 9 and 7 will make you sweat because that could maybe sneak into the back end of the playoffs.
Not with Carolina, New Minnesota, Green Bay, Carolina, New Orleans, Atlanta, Rams. Y'all ain't sneaking it. Oh, I didn't even forget.
You realize all these teams eventually have to actually play each other, and they're going to beat up on each other.
And the teams that I mentioned gonna beat up on y'all, like the Eagles, gonna beat up on y'all. But here's the thing, Skip. And looking at your wide receivers, someone said, I read it somewhere, that you guys have the worst receiving core wide receivers and tight ends. All the football.
Yep, they said that.
Any chance you guys have, that 2-1 is gonna have to be a month. Now, if he's the now, we hadn't had a running back, win the MVP since Adrian Peterson in 2012. Because normally the quarterback gets a lion's share of the credit. Zeke won the rushing title his rookie year. That was, offensive rookie of the year. This is what we know. Those wide receivers, if the Cowboys are to do anything as a team,
no, give me a cup or juice.
You scared of that? No,
I get a little nervous. I expect it. You expect it? 1,800 plus? What if he hits 2,000?
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now? Don't play together.
PM Mandela. Back with that fire, you hear me? You gonna like this one. Look.
These are the top 5 running backs. It's predicted what's going to happen this upcoming season. And at number 5, there's a guy who set the league on fire, Alvin Kamara. Look, there's a bunch of different guys who could. He just did. As soon as the league saw him, I don't really know that there's a way you can prepare for him. I don't know there's anything the league can do. And Mark Ingram's serving a 4-game suspension to start the year. Means he may be able to run it to the end zone a little more. I know it's not fantasy football, but it will make his value even more obvious. Apologies to Devontae Freeman, who I also consider for this slot is very underrated. Saquon Barkley at number 4. Let me tell you something. Saquon Barkley is the most talented running back I have ever seen as a prospect, period. Does that translate to production on the field? Well, look at Todd Gurley, look at Ezekiel Elliott, especially in his rookie year. Saquon Barkley's going to get a lot of carries, a lot of catches, a lot of touches. He's going to block, he's going to do every single thing you'd want a running back to do. But as a rookie, facing a 16-game season, I expect a little dead spot, or he'd be even higher on this list. Le'Veon Bell at number 3. This guy's been the best running back of his era. But I thought maybe there was a quarter step difference last year than there had been in previous seasons. And he's not quite as athletic in terms of his fast burst stuff as some of the other guys on this list. I expect this to be the season, especially given the holdout, given everything that's going on. Stephen A., we heard you talk about maybe he doesn't want so many touches this year. He wants a contract. I expect this to be the season where he relinquishes the top spot on the list. Ezekiel Elliott, boy, he's going to be a man on a mission. Yes, the offensive line is not what it's been, but he is a great running back, entering his prime with something to prove, and they are going to run their entire offense through this guy. He's going to see more in the passing game, given the receivers' situation right now in Dallas. He's obviously going to get a ton of carries. He's going to put up sick numbers. And again, great running back in his prime. And the number 1 running back is the offensive player of the year. It's Todd Gurley. He has all the kind of fast, twitchy stuff that Saquon Barkley has, but he's been in the league for a minute. He's been through the we're just going to stack the box to try to stop Todd Gurley. He's seen it. He's seen what it's like. He's been through the marathon of the NFL season and is produced at an elite level. I think you're looking at a Hall of Fame running back in his prime, and this is the season Gurley takes it undisputed, the best running